Hey guys, welcome back to some more reviews. I am Horrorboy465, aka Nate Murphy the Explorer 4 here. Welcome back to some more reviews, and welcome to episode 10 of the Week of the Dead. And unfortunately, it is Sunday, the last and final day of the Week of the Dead. And kind of sad. It's been a fun week and watching zombie movies and stuff like that, and reviewing zombie movies. Some good, some bad, some okay, some decent. But I love doing the Week of the Dead. It's an activity that I love doing, and it's been a great week. So it's been a great week. Yeah. So again, episode 10 of the Week of the Dead, and episode 10, I'm doing a rant on Rise of the Zombies. Now, this film isn't a total ripoff of 2012 Zombie Apocalypse. It is a little bit different, but I still think it's pretty dang similar to freaking 2012 Zombie Apocalypse. Oh, instead of them going from like land to an island, it's going from island to land. Okay, cool. That's much more different. But I mean, I guess you could look at it. The details are a little it is a different movie, but it feels like 2012 Zombie Apocalypse. And the way that it's like, oh well, instead of it going from land to the island, it's island to the land. All right, so it's so much more different. But it's not much as a ripoff I thought it was gonna be. But Rise of Zombies, it's still pretty bad. It's not as bad as 2012 Zombie Apocalypse, but it's still really bad. You still have some awful acting, especially from Danny Trejo, and you got the guy from My Name Is Earl in this movie, Ethan Suplee, playing Marshall. And I hate this girl, Mariel Hemingway, playing Lynn Snyder. Her acting was so over the top. And Grant, like I said, this movie is not as bad as 2012 Zombie Apocalypse, which somehow gets a higher rating than this movie. Now, they're both crap, but I would much rather watch Rise of the Zombies than freaking 2012 Zombie Apocalypse. I don't know. 2012 Zombie Apocalypse had like a lot of stuff bad with it. Like this still does have a lot of stuff, but like literally, I really don't think I had any good things to say about 2012 Zombie Apocalypse other than Ving Rhames, and even his character got some really stupid lines. But Danny Trejo, pretty much just like Ving Rhames, instead of Ving Rhames, it's Danny Trejo. But Danny Trejo dies in like the first 30 minutes of the movie, but they put him all over the cover. They put Danny Trejo all over the freaking DVD. Granted, it's not the first name. It's the first name is Mariel Hemingway, but still, and LeVar Burton. But still, I mean, Danny Trejo's right on the freaking front cover. He's right on the freaking back of the movie. And Rise of the Zombies, it's better than 2012 Zombie Apocalypse, but it's still freaking bad. It's still freaking bad. It's from the same director, Nick Leon, who had made 2012 Zombie Apocalypse and a bunch of TV stuff. And the movie is terrible. It's awful. You got some bad CGI. You got some terrible, atrocious, over-the-top acting. Still some pretty bad green screen effects. Even though it wasn't as bad as Zombie Apocalypse, 2012 Zombie Apocalypse, but still pretty bad. Green screen effects. They're still pretty bad. You got some horrible, like I said, horrible CGI. Again, the score is completely forgettable. I can't remember one song from the movie. And this movie also has way too many freaking pointless subplots. Oh, we got a subplot about a pregnant woman. And, about how, pretty much how she's trying to survive. And all that happens is she gets killed, which I'll explain it a little bit later in the review. Or the freaking rant. This isn't a review, this is a freaking rant. But you got that subplot. You also got a subplot about this guy, LeVar Burton, which is probably the only good actor in this movie. I will say LeVar Burton did an excellent job in this movie. I was really surprised by his performance. Did a good job in this movie, LeVar Burton. Only the character in the movie that actually that delivered a decent performance, or actually a really good performance. So yeah, LeVar Burton is the only good character in this movie. Good job. He did a really good job. But the freaking rest of the cast sucked. The guy from My Name Is Earl, Ethan Suplee, did an awful, awful job. Pretty much this is his acting the whole movie. We gotta get out of here, guys. We gotta go to this place. We can't, that's his whole freaking, that's the whole movie is like this. And it's so laughable. It's trying to see him act serious. That's the whole movie, guys. It's just, oh, we gotta go here. Oh, we can't stay. It's so freaking bad. And this lead girl, Mariel Hemingway, I actually wanted to like her character. She looks like a strong, good lead. But whenever she talks, it's horrible. She's like saying these awful lines, awful, terrible, over the top lines. Every delivery, it's just freaking bad. You know, at the beginning of the movie, she's yelling at people and it's so horrible. And then like Danny Trejo in the movie he gives some awful over the top performance as well. And you know what? Machete, I don't really remember liking Machete that much, but Danny Trejo did a decent job in that movie. From Dusk Till Dawn, 1, 2, from Dusk Till Dawn 2, 1 and 2, did a good job. 3 was in. I can remember a lot of movies he's in that he was actually decent in, But in this movie, it was freaking awful. Saying lines like, "We're just here, like sitting ducks." And then, like, it's just delivering some stupid lines, and the way his character gets bit is so awful and dumb. Storyline. Pretty much we've got these people who are on Alcatraz. And first of all, the movie opens with a beautiful shot of, I believe it was, or was it San Francisco? I believe it was San Francisco. I can't remember if it was on San Francisco. I can't remember. But anyways, pretty much these people are on the Alcatraz island. But like I said, before that happens, you get a shot of the beautiful, like I said, I think it's Los, I don't remember, I honestly don't remember where it's at. But, you get beautiful shots of the city, and it's beautiful, you get a shot of the ocean, and then that just cuts, and boom, boom, and then zombies getting their heads blown off, and explosions, and gunshots, and a car going boom, and I'm like, are you really not going to be, like, having a build-up? Like having credits and building it up? No, it's just like, it starts off slow and then boom! Zombies getting shot, explosions. I don't remember explosions, but, just like boom, boom, boom. Zombies' heads getting exploded. It was just so, like, freaking, like, gosh dang, like, it just happened, like, so, it was just, like, too forced. And also, a very abrupt opening, right? Like, starting off with beautiful shots of, I think, Los Angeles or whatever. And then it just cuts randomly, and you're seeing, like, zombies and loud, like, freaking gunshots and boom, boom, boom. And then you got this guy driving the car, and they're going down this thing, like, vroom, vroom. And then, like, he drives so fast, I'm like, why are you gonna slow down? Of course he wrecks. They got this subplot of this pregnant woman, and I'm like, okay, whatever. She gets out of the car, she survives, and then it cuts these people in Alcatraz. And literally, no development of the characters. Are just like, watching this video about this researcher, this doctor, whatever, and he's made a vaccine for this virus. And then, boom, zombies start coming in from the shore. I'm like, you're not even going to build these characters up at all? I mean, the movie's an hour and 29 minutes, but it still felt boring. How can a movie an hour and 29 minutes be so uninteresting and boring? How? It's an hour and 29 minutes. It should go by boom. But no, both this and 2012 Zombie Apocalypse were both freaking boring. Just me freaking, man. I don't care if I break. Honestly, guys, I will sell these movies very soon, probably. I don't know when, but I know that I'm not going to have these movies in my collection anymore. I know that I'm probably going to be selling these. And even if I do punch this movie so freaking hard it breaks, I really don't care. Because I picked it up for $1. So I didn't spend that much money on it. And if those wondering, again, Nate, why'd you even watch it? Why'd you even give it a chance, Nate? It's by The Asylum, Nate. Because I want to give movies chances, because I gave movies like The Demented a chance. I gave Last of the Living a chance. I gave I Am Omega a chance. My Niece and I Living Dead, The Terror Experiment was okay. I've given low-budget zombie movies a chance before, and those were good movies. Even Terror Experiment. Terror Experiment is a very, very low-budget movie, but it's still pretty decent. That was okay. Wasn't amazing, but it was okay. Redneck Zombies. Mention a trauma movie. I'll be honest, in the past, I didn't like Redneck Zombies. Watching it again, that's a very low budget movie. But watching it again, I had fun with Redneck Zombies. The acting wasn't really the best, but still, Redneck Zombies is a pretty low budget on the movie, but it was still pretty funny in my opinion. I can think about a lot of low budget movies I've seen, that were decent. If you count Night of the Living Dead, the original, and Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, they had small budgets. Those were great movies. A lot of movies with low budgets. So, I wanted to give this movie a shot and a chance, because they could be good. I gave this and 2012 Zombie Apocalypse, I was like, alright, cool. I'll give them a chance. They're probably not going to be that good, but I'm going to give them a chance. You know what? They freaking sucked. Maybe this time I honestly maybe learned my lesson with these movies. I probably honestly did. You know what? I probably honestly did. But then again, part of me still says, well, I seen The Demented, I seen Last of the Living. I've also seen I'm Omega, and I really enjoy those movies. So, I don't know. I'll give movies still chances, but gosh dang, guys, this freaking sucked. And basically what's about is, these people are in Alcatraz, they gotta get off, there's a raft, but they can only have, a certain number of people, and there's, one person too many, and then you get the LeVar Burton character, I guess his daughter got bit by a zombie, turned to a zombie, and he says that he's gonna stay back, and his scenes were interesting. His acting was really good, him trying to find out a cure, and trying to find a cure for his daughter, and trying to figure out some sort of way to make some sort of vaccine or cure. It was good scenes, him, talking to his people, telling about, reporting about how zombies act. There's even a scene where he hears his daughter's normal voice. He's wondering if the zombies can use that. But then again, the subplot goes nowhere, because what happened is, the girl gives him a grenade before she leaves the island. The lead girl, the Meryl Hemingway character, gives the guy a grenade. He ends up getting bit by his daughter, uses it, blows the entire place up. That's pretty much it. And the beginning of the movie, like I said, it's just like, these people are just talking for 1 second, and boom, zombies are already coming to the mix. And then they gotta figure out how to get off Alcatraz Island. They're maybe on Alcatraz Island for maybe 15 minutes tops. If you don't count the scenes involving the LeVar Burton character. You count his scenes, maybe 30 minutes total? Not even that, maybe 25 minutes total of the Alcatraz Island in this movie. But if you want to count it from, I don't know, all these people on the island, maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. But then again, if you want to count when LeVar Burton's on the island and count the whole time total, the Alcatraz in the movie, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. Maybe 25 minutes. That's not a lot of screen time still. And the reason I'm saying this is because on the back of this, I believe, yeah, they mentioned Alcatraz Island so many times that I'm wondering, why do you mention it so many times? It's barely in the movie. It's just it turns into a subplot, which goes nowhere. And pretty much they get off the Alcatraz Island. There's a couple people get killed. They get to I think they're in I don't know, I can't remember if it's Los Angeles, San Francisco. I'm trying to see if it's on here. Yeah, it's San Francisco, not Los Angeles, San Francisco. Yeah, because you got the bridge in this movie. So yeah, it's San Francisco. And they get to San Francisco, and pretty much Alcatraz Island is not even mentioned. It is mentioned because LeVar Burton's on the island, but they put it they just mentioned this movie, Alcatraz Island's involved in this movie, but it's barely involved. Then they get off Alcatraz Island, they get on the mainland, They go to this place where this scientist was. He's not there anymore. There's a scene that involves a pregnant woman. They find her in the back of a paramedics thing. They find her in this vehicle, and pretty much she gets bit by a zombie. I'm like, oh, we were already killing her off? And then she says, "I'll save my baby." And you got this really crazy scene where, and it is practical, where they cut up, they pretty much do a C-section, take out the baby turns into a zombie. Pretty crazy scene. But then again, it was like a subplot was pointless. I'm like, so what was the point of you even showing the beginning shot of the movie? You know, all the abrupt cut and boom, you know, zombies getting their heads blown off and stuff like that. What's the point of that? You know, there was like no point into doing the opening scene of the movie. And so that subplot immediately was just like freaking okay, no purpose to it. And these characters, they go to a police station, they get some, you know, guns and stuff like that. And then they're on their way over. This one character, I guess they got, because pretty much Danny Trail and like 3 or 4 other people, they get separated from the main group that involves the Mariel Hemingway character and the Ethan Suplee character and a couple other people. The Dan Trail character and then pretty much his group of people, they go to this house for this other couple to find their son, I guess, like that. And I guess they never left. And then there's a pretty creepy looking zombie. It's definitely a different zombie, where it's like a zombie girl with like her arm like stretched way beyond her head, like right back here. Different look for a zombie. But the way Dan Trail dies is so freaking stupid. He's like getting like wine or something like that, or whatever he's getting out of the freaking you know, cupboard or whatever. Not even looking. You hear like zombie groans in the background, but he doesn't even look. He gets attacked, bit by a zombie. Everybody in that area dies except for one character. And you find out that character is actually the boyfriend of this other character, and this girl. He ends up finding that she's pregnant. And then that subplot goes nowhere. So I'm like, how many more subplots are going to be? And then she finds out that she's pregnant, this other character girl, with terrible acting skills. And this other guy who survives pretty much that attack where Dan Trail was, he's a horrible actor too. And then you got them talking about going to this last area. You know, they talk about going to this last area. And the guy that survived where Dan Trail was, he ended up going to that area, and it's done. There's no more survivors there. It's all zombies and stuff. And he reports back to those people about that there's no more survivors there. So as their last resort, they go to this sort of, you know, this sort of place where this lab is. Because they find this dog, and pretty much there's a zombie outbreak on this bridge. I believe it's on the Golden Gate Bridge or whatever. And pretty much there's an explosion. They kill one of their survivors in this explosion. He ends up dying. And then they freaking go. They're on their way over to this like, you know, laboratory place, whatever. And the girl who's pregnant pretty much kills herself. Just kills herself. I get it. She's sad and, you know, she doesn't believe that everything's going to be okay. But it was like, okay, so what is the point of you bringing these subplots in there? Oh, she's pregnant. Oh, she just committed suicide. Oh, this other girl, she's pregnant, but she dies. And then, oh, I think that the baby's going to survive. And then turn into a zombie. So what's the point of that subplot? Oh, LeVar Burton's staying back on the island just to die in an explosion. Pointless subplots. And like I said, the girl, she kills herself. They go to the laboratory. They find the doctor who is a terrible actor, over the top performance, and he's pretty much saying about how he has a vaccine, and one of the characters gets scratched. He used the vaccine on him, and then the Ethan Suplee character, he gets bit on the arm, on the hand or whatever. Gets his hand out outside the door. Gets bit. They like chop off his arm. Like, I don't even know how many times I've seen that so far doing Week of the Dead. Like this movie, Dead Snow. I just seen a lot of time movies where like there's arms and stuff being cut off. But Dead Snow is a freaking awesome movie. I love Dead Snow. I can't wait to review that later on today. But pretty much he gets bit in the hand. They cut his arm off, and they cauterize the wound. They get out of there. They go to the rooftop, try to get in the helicopter. They get in the helicopter. The girl has to help the Ethan Suplee character because you find out he's a pilot. You have that awful scene. The guy's like, "You can't fly that helicopter." The doctor guy. He's like, "You can't fly that helicopter." He's like, "I can." He's like, "How can you fly the helicopter?" "I'm a pilot." That's literally Ethan Suplee's acting like that. "I can fly the helicopter. I'm a pilot." Terrible freaking acting. And this freaking, I think I broke the disc. Like I said, I don't freaking care. Oh, nope, it's not broken. Not freaking broken. Don't care about that freaking movie. Rise of freaking Zombies. But they get in the helicopter. They drive off in a CGI helicopter. End of the movie. That's it. That's freaking it. That's the end of the movie. And the movie's not as bad as 2012 Zombie Apocalypse, but it's still freaking awful. It's a 3.7 on IMDb, and honestly, it deserves that. But I'm surprised that it was rated lower than 2012 Zombie Apocalypse. Here, at least the makeup effects on the zombies were better than 2012 Zombie Apocalypse. They don't look like gorillas like they did in freaking Zombie Apocalypse, 2012 Zombie Apocalypse. It's gonna call it Zombie Apocalypse. That's what it's called on IMDb. And that movie, you got one of the zombies like a freaking gorilla. His forehead is all stretched out, and I don't know what to do with the rest of his face. And they just stretch it out. It looks like a freaking gorilla. And at least the makeup effects in this movie were actually decent practical effects. They weren't amazing, but they were decent, at least decent. I liked LeVar Burton's performance, but the rest of the acting sucks. I didn't care for Ethan Suplee. He needs to stick to My Name is Earl, never do anything like this again. Like this to the whole movie. It's just freaking terrible. And the movie is boring. An hour and 29-minute movie is boring. I don't understand how boring. I don't understand how an hour and 29-minute movie can be this freaking boring. I literally, towards the end of it, I was like fast forwarding it because I was starting to get bored. I was like I didn't fast forward it to the point where I couldn't tell what was going on, but I fast forward to the point where it sort of sped it up. If you have a PlayStation, you know what I mean. You press it once, sort of speeds up the film a little bit. I started to get really bored with the movie. The movie has awful CGI, not atrocious green screen effects, but still bad green screen effects. Over here, got snot run on my mouth and stuff. My mouth, freaking, this movie is making me dumb, guys. But I got snot run on my nose because of this freaking movie. It's got snot running on my nose. Freaking movie. The movie is just boring. It's extremely low budget, but it has terrible CGI. It has pointless subplots. Direction was nothing. Nick Leon, you're an awful director. Terrible acting besides LeVar Burton. Decent practical effects, but they're not really not really awesome practical effects. They're decent. And it's just overall a very bad movie. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching my rant on Rise of the Zombies. And thanks for watching episode 10 of the Week of the Dead. Yeah, so thanks for watching the rant, guys, and I will see you guys on next review.